Hey guys, in this video I wanted to talk to you all about turtles in Fortnite and the best ways to deal with them in game. Fortnite has gotten to a point where pretty much all players know to just turtle whenever they get shot, even if it isn't like the best thing for them to do in that situation. A majority of players are turtling and building themselves in and whenever they get shot until they ultimately die. So in this video I wanted to tell you guys how I like to deal with turtles and give you guys some tips on dealing with them, because I get asked about it a lot on stream. People complain about it a lot on my stream, so I wanted to help you guys with it. If you guys find this video helpful, please do remember to give it a like rating and subscribe if you would like to see more. I do live stream Fortnite on Twitch and post videos pretty regularly on this channel. Starting off, turtles are a lot of times something that's just going to get you killed. You want to not tunnel vision on them, and this is something that I'm very bad at. Once I get someone weak, a lot of times I want to get that kill. And when someone just turtles and you tunnel vision on them and focus on them too much, you leave yourself really open to third parties. So consider just letting that player get away, letting them heal. A lot of times, especially if there's a lot of players left in the lobby, it isn't worth the risk of you potentially getting sniped or getting third-partied when you're fighting that turtle. So try to have some restraint and not tunnel vision on them too much. Like I said, this is something that I struggle with myself, because a lot of times when I get someone weak, I want them to die so I can go on and get more kills, because I want to get as many kills in the game as I can. So try not to get tunnel vision on them too much. Let them go. Obviously, things like the gas or the storm flip can be really good at forcing people out. Gas in general, you can throw it and then just kind of pre-aim where they're going to walk out of with your combat shotgun and get a lot of easy kills that way. The next thing I want to talk about is how turbo building works. This is for when you're going for wall replaces. So turbo building is when you hold the fire button or hold the build button. It repetitively builds walls as many times as it can when the slot is occupied. But with how this works, you can actually just hold the button down and switch to your blueprints, and then the wall will be built. You can combine this with your pickaxe, so when you're pickaxing the wall, just as you hit it for the second time to break it, or once you hit your hitting blow on it, right? As soon as the wall breaks, you want to hit the build button and build it. You want to hold the right trigger at this point, like the final swing, you hold the button, and then you just hit B as soon as the wall, or B or circle, whatever your build button is. You hit that build button as soon as the wall breaks, and you'll place another one immediately. A lot of these wall replaces are going to depend on ping, but this is actually really helpful, and a lot of the other wall replaces that we're going to talk about rely on this, like, I don't want to say it's an exploit, but you're taking advantage of turbo building by reducing how many buttons you have to press. Instead of hitting RTB, RT, you just hit RTB, basically, for when you're pickaxing a wall, and you'll actually get a lot of walls this way that you wouldn't have before. And like I said, a lot of this is dependent on ping. We're talking about milliseconds here. So saving yourself that one button click can actually give you a pretty big advantage. Another wall replace technique that a lot of people have been using, this is one that Aiden actually used to qualify for Worlds, and he does it very well, is you shoot the wall with your combat shotgun instead of pickaxing it, or whatever weapon you have that does a lot of damage. It could be the deagle, it could be the heavy sniper. Combat shotgun is something that works well. The burst SMG also kind of works well depending on the HP of the wall and if you time it right. But basically, you just shoot it and then hit B, or hit your build button. You hold the button again, you hold the shoot button, you get it to where you're going to break it in one shot, and then you shoot it and hit the build button, and you keep your fire button held. Like I said, once again, here you're taking advantage of turbo building. If you don't have turbo building turned on, I have no idea what you're doing. Make sure you have turbo building turned on, but hold the shoot button and then hit B, or hit the build button just as the shot hits, or just as you shoot, and you'll actually get this down really well. A lot of why this works better than the pickaxe is because there's no animation for shooting. You just do it immediately, so you know immediately when that's going to happen, and the other person doesn't. Whereas with the pickaxe, they can there's more time in between, and they can kind of prepare for it better. Whereas this one, the shot is immediate. Something like the heavy sniper, it breaks any wall in one shot. So if you do this with the heavy sniper, like, there's very little opportunity for them to like get the wall themselves. It works out very well, and that's why it has become very popular, and that's why Aiden, it was a big part of him qualifying for Worlds. This next thing is a bit of an exploit, but basically you're going to put a staircase behind you. This is something that you don't want to do if the opponent's paying attention to you because of the setup. This is mainly something you want to do when you're catching somebody off guard, and this is going to put you in their box. So if they're paying attention, you're probably going to get killed. They're going to put spike traps down, but if you know for a fact someone is weak, or you already have the staircase there, you just pickaxe it, and then you jump. A lot of you have probably seen the how you can jump on stairs to make yourself move faster. You're basically going to use that momentum to get into their box. So you basically jump on the stairs and then pickaxe the wall right as you hit it, like right before you hit the wall. You pickaxe it, and then you'll go through because of that momentum you have from the staircase, and then you're in the person's box, and you can just switch their to your shotgun and shotgun them. This works with the heavy sniper. It works with the pickaxe. It works with the burst SMG. Basically, you're just breaking the wall and using the momentum of yourself jumping on the staircase to propel you forward. I'll have gameplay of it on screen. You've probably seen it several times. But it's pretty simple. You just pickaxe it, and then your final pickaxe or your final shot, whatever you're doing, is while you're taking advantage of the momentum from jumping on the staircase, and then you just get right in. The burst SMG can actually be really effective as well for breaking builds or just shooting through builds. The nature of this weapon is such that you can get damage in through the build if you have lower ping than the opposing player. Once again, I'm going to have gameplay of it on screen. But basically, you just spray the wall, ADS spam if you play on controller and use aim assist. Put your reticle near their head and ADS spam as you're shooting through the wall. And you're going to get some shots on target. Some of the bullets are going to go through if you have less ping than the opponent. Like I said before, a lot of these things are based on ping. Unfortunately, the nature of Fortnite is that all of these situations are reliant on ping. Luckily for me, I have very good internet, so I'm able to consistently get damage in on people with the burst SMG. And you'll probably be able to as well in-game. Just try it out and see. But the burst SMG is actually really, really good for this reason. And that's why I've always said on stream, if the pump came back or the heavy shotgun came back or we had some shotgun that does a lot of damage, the burst SMG would be a really good weapon to combo with it. So like, for example, imagine the pump was in the game. Let's say you tag someone for like 150, somewhere between 150 and 180. Like a decent shot, but not quite a killing blow. They get away and they're really weak. They're turtling. You know where they are? Like, just easily burst them through the wall, and like you're going to hit 1 or 2 shots, and if they're headshots, they're going to be 40 damage or so, and you're going to get an easy kill with the burst SMG. Really, really easy and really, really effective. I would definitely recommend taking the burst SMG. Once again, if you don't have the opponent really weak, like the point of this is to get like, maybe you want to get like 2 shots and kill them. You don't want to do this on somebody who's full HP because they can just start shotgunning you. They can stop turbo building and start shotgunning you, and they're probably going to kill you. But if you have someone really weak who's only turtling, you can easily kill them this way. The next way to kill people who are turtling is with explosives. And when you shoot explosives with the wall, obviously it just breaks the wall, right? But if you get a wall weak and then shoot an RPG and then shoot the wall just as the RPG hits it, or shoot grenades on top of their builds and then break the build just before the grenade explodes, or you throw grenades and do the same thing, basically you get your explosives there and then you break the wall just before they blow up and you let the grenades or the explosives in. Once again, I'm going to have gameplay on screen. It's very, very simple, and it's very easy, and it's a very effective way to get kills, and a lot of people are not prepared for it. A lot of people aren't used to playing against it for some reason. A lot of people are used to this with like heavy snipers or the deagle when it was really good. But if you just tap an AR into a wall and get it weak, then shoot the rocket or shoot the grenade, and then shoot the wall just before the rocket or the grenade hits. The proximity launcher this also works well with. They take damage, and there's not really much they can do about it. It's just really, really finicky, and a lot of times they're going to take damage. And even if they don't, you're spraying their wall. So like, let's say you're spraying it with an AR, right? You shoot the wall, it's weak. You shoot your rocket, the rocket is traveling. Just before the rocket hits the wall, you open fire, and then the rocket either gets in or the rocket breaks the next wall that they place, and then you get damage in with your AR. Pretty much always you get damage in on the person this way. And if they're already weak, which is pretty much the only time you want to be fighting someone who's turtling, is if they're really weak and you're going to be able to kill them on one play. You don't want to be doing this to someone who's full HP because you're probably going to get third-partied. But if they're really weak, that damage is often enough to get the kill. So those are the ways that I have to deal with turtles in Fortnite. Like I said, take advantage of turbo building when you're swinging at walls or shooting walls down with the Aiden wall replace tactic. Use the heavy sniper, that exploit I showed you guys with the staircase. I think it's an exploit. My friend who showed me it calls it an exploit. I don't know. It seems pretty basic. You're just taking advantage of the momentum. And then obviously the burst SMG can be really good to counter turtles, and then explosives and then timing your detonation with when you break a wall is something that works really, really well. Also in duos or squads, you can do this for your teammates. Have a teammate shoot a bunch of grenades onto it, and then you shoot the floor to let the grenades in. It works best with shooting grenades into the floor because the grenades drop in as soon as the floor is gone, and the person pretty much always takes damage. But like I said, that is going to be it for this video. If you found it helpful, do remember to subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications, use code EVOLVE-SHAKE in the item shop, and I'll see you guys another time. Thanks for watching.